What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at all of the icon strikers that are available in FC24. So today we've got a lot of them that are predominantly absolutely in the bin. But we will move through them and we will get to some of the big ones. We've now got all of the Team of the Years and we've Road to the Final coming out on Friday. I don't believe we're going to get any more icons or heroes for a little bit. You never know, we might see some more UCL heroes, but I doubt it very, very much. If we start kind of going from here then, if we've got the categories, as you can see, if it's your first time on a new scale, S Plus will only feature 2 strikers, which are going to be the best strikers in the game, in my opinion. S will be anybody of that sort of high value. A Plus will be just under, so if you consider them at a top level, but not quite against someone like, say, an R9, then they would be an A Plus. A is kind of decent, but doesn't really have any point in the game. And then B is predominantly more fodder based. So if we go through a few of the Bs, there is quite a few icons now that are completely min value and literally are just here to put the numbers up. So if we go through a few of them, they have got multiple versions as well. Some of them are in different positions, so I will go through a few of them that are just not really there anymore. So I believe if we go... Ian Wright's probably about there as well. I do like his right wing, but I don't feel like he's quite in there. Everybody else, by the looks of it, Prince, I'm just not feeling either. So they're kind of my bug standard. Everybody else should be in the higher category. There might be a couple in the kind of lower end that might be there as well. But I would say most of these are just bog standard icons. The thing that they need now is an upgrade. And to be honest, I feel like most of them do have them. Bergkamp does... Double check, I'm pretty sure he does. Yeah, he does have a winter wild card. Crespo doesn't, Hernandez does, Lineker does, Closer does, Owen does, Wright does, Shearer does, Trezeguet has 2, Van Nistelrooy has a goalkeeper, Shevchenko doesn't, Ian Wright does, and Prince doesn't. So we are getting to the point where we are having more upgrades. They may be in a shapeshifter position, so a lot of them are left wing, Lineker, Owen, Shearer is a cam, but I must admit, in terms of their position change, still not really helped them that much. Then we move on to some of the better players. I'd kind of, to be honest, I feel like with Rooney, I've got a love-hate relationship with the card itself. Player was phenomenal, one of my favourites, but the card just doesn't hit in FIFA. Even the Centurions, we've got the base version at, in fact, if I move, can I move this? Beautiful. The base version is at 175, the 89 Centurions at 500. I don't know why anyone would pay 500k for that card. It's just not the one for me. So unfortunately, I would go A with that Rooney, and once we get to the previous, Van Basten can go in the middle as well. Suker might be a bit different. I feel like he has a little bit about him this year. May not be top of the end. Oh, he doesn't have the upgrade. Oh. I really thought he had an upgraded card, so that makes it sense for me there. So then we have someone like a Torres. Again, another one with a double version. Very nice indeed with his 87 now at 120. And I don't know why the other one's not popped up. I think the winter wildcard's a little bit broken there. 760 for his 89. I like the upgrade. Managed to get a 5-star skiller, which is always perfect. I would probably go with his base version now, probably around the A. Same as someone like a Van Persie, same as Zola. Raul, I'd probably go an A+, to be honest with you. I think Raul is definitely better this year, 100%. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. But I do like the upgrade as well. So if we then look, okay, we've got a few more, in fact. Cliver can go in, Larson can go in, yeah, all of them versions. They were a nice upgrade for what they were. I just think when you've got, like, for instance, when we look at, where's he gone? If you look at these, so if you look at the 3, you've got an 87. It's fair enough. Like the 87 isn't necessarily going to be the top end striker anyway. That I don't think that was ever the point. But then they've given him an 88 and an 89. Why? I don't understand going the extra 3 up there. Like the same with Larson. They're all absolutely rubbish. I don't understand why we've got multiple versions of such a rubbish card. I would much rather go just a 1 upgrade, take him to the 90 and actually change something about him. Don't just give him a simple upgrade. I know the 89 does have a little bit more pace, which is nice, and I think that is definitely the way to go with him. But when you look at the actual card, it's just absolutely nothing. Like, you've got 4-star, decent. Power header, it's not the greatest striking trait, but most definitely can be useful at times. Pace-wise, decent. Dribbling-wise, woeful. 82 on the composure on an 89 icon. No, absolutely terrible, hence why he is only 84k still. Then we move on. We've got Butra. I do like Butra. I feel like the base version is probably now more into the A+. I believe it was Butra with the 3-star, 5-star, and then it's Dalglish with a 4-5, I'm pretty sure. So Butra's got the 3-5, and then obviously does have a left wing in the Winter Wildcard, so that'd be in the left wing, and Dalglish is the 4-5, and then obviously has the Thunderstruck still at a 4-5. So I feel like that's pretty fair for him. Drogba, on the other hand, I don't know if I could go any higher than an A on his base card. I do like the upgraded card. A 91 rated. I think he's definitely in that category of a top striker, but he's kind of just underneath the absolute meta. So if we are looking at someone like in the S+, we kind of get who's going to be there. But then if you're looking at, say, someone like a Cruyff in the S, would you take Drogba over him? I'm trying to split up the ratings that little bit more, as I do find I do have a lot in the S, so I'm trying to make it so they are in the tiers of where they really should be. So for instance, if I was going to put the S+, I feel like there's only 2 names that you can go with here, and that's going to be Team of the Year Ronaldo and Team of the Year Ham. Them two are, in terms of icons, you always have the argument of a Pele. I just argue that them two are better. If it wasn't for the fact that R9 was the one with the worst playstyle pluses compared to Ham, R9 has the quick step and also the aerial. Aerial's not the greatest in the world, I'm not going to lie, but body type, how Ronaldo actually is in the game, there is no arguing that that is one of the best strikers ever. Ham, on the other hand, rapid plus and power shot is just broken, if anything. When you look at Pele, I know the difference between the cards in terms of supply is going to be massive. So 5 mil, in terms of Pele, he's a phenomenal card, but I felt like I saw him so much more than I did with Team of the Year Ronaldo and Ham, and that is purely down to just how hard Team of the Years are to back. There's a reason why they are 12 and 15 mil each. So it does lead me to putting their normal versions in the S category. I feel like if I was to go with these and the Team of the Years weren't there, I would probably go with R9 and either Pele or Cruyff. Them two for me are absolutely mind-blowing. Hullet definitely gets himself in there. Normally I don't include him as, to be honest, if I did have Hullet, there's very little chance I put him as a centre forward. He always goes in the midfield, but no matter where Hullet goes, he's brilliant at it. I would say Henry's definitely in that category as well. Henry's Thunderstruck is an absolute work of art. Beautiful card. We did get the upgrade for the SBC for the 91. We've got 2.8 mil. The Rapid Plus is always going to be spectacular. The 91, I still think, is an incredible valued SBC. We've not got a striker of a top level. A Rapid Plus on a striker is always going to work really well. So I think in terms of Henry's normal version, I would probably put him, I'd like to say, as like a really low S in comparison to everybody else here. I'll probably go for like a high A. I feel like he definitely is kind of in that category at the top if you was kind of going down the list. I don't really like ordering across the tiers as well. It just isn't quite what I like to do, because I do think there's so many different factors depending on how you play. But I do think Henry, especially as an SBC, is an absolute gem. Same with Eusebio. I feel like he is another one that is absolutely brilliant as an SBC. I don't think he's got very long now. He's got until the 15th of the 2nd, so 15th of Feb, so there's only 15 days to go, or 14 days to go to get that done. The base version, on the other hand, still a 4-star, 5-star. I don't feel like you have any qualms that Eusebio is incredible on both versions, which I don't think I've put in. Okay, so we know that both versions would go there anyway. Larson, I don't know why you're still there. Then we have some of the lower ones. We have Cantona in there. In terms of his Thunderstruck, I like the upgrade, but unfortunately he didn't get the double, which is a massive, massive factor in the card. I'd probably go with both of them here. Maybe, just maybe, the 91 might have been pushed up one ranking, but even then, I don't feel like he's that sort of player in comparison to the top end. When I look at someone like Eto'o, Again, very much like Drogba, like Butra, very, very good card, but I don't think he's on the level of these guys just yet. He has got the quick step, I should know, he's in my team. He's got the quick step plus, which always is a nice one anyway. Rooney on the other hand then, so we already had our qualms with him. I feel like he's definitely a good card, but he's just not what he could be. Rooney should be in the category of the S. In terms of how the card should run, he should be a decent one, but unfortunately he doesn't. So I'm going to go low end of A+ on that one. I think Smith's cards, you've got two of them from the 90 and the 89. Unfortunately, only A+1 between the two of them. We obviously got the Centurions, 110 for one, 300 for the other. I feel like it's a pretty self-explanatory one. I'd probably just go both of them in the A at the moment. Same with Gerd Muller. Now, he does have two versions, and I love that 94. He is a spectacular upgrade for an icon. Unfortunately, I don't feel like he hits as much as he should, but when you're looking at that 94, 1.3 mil, 4-star with incredible stats. Don't know why I'm not showing you. In terms of that, Finesse Shot Plus, it's a very, very good card. I feel like the upgrade is just a nice double upgrade. There's nothing too crazy on Playstyle Pluses, on any skill move or weak foot upgrade. So I think for me, I would probably go both of them. I'd say the 92's in the low A+, and I'd say he's in the high A+. I'd say he's kind of like with Henry, he's up here, because I don't feel like I'd choose Gerd Muller over any of these, but I feel like he definitely fits into that A+ easily. Raul, I'd say the same. I love the card. Don't feel like he's quite in the S. I just think he's just underneath, if I'm being brutal. And then we do have Zola, another icon with a double Playstyle Plus, which is nice. Finesse and Deadball, so he still gets his Finesse, which is what he had on his previous version. But then we do have the Deadball, which is just an extra bonus. It doesn't necessarily do major damage on anything, but if you do get free kicks, could be a decent one. We have got the 4-star still. He has got his 87 that has got an icon evolution as well. Whether you'd really go for that is kind of down to you. I would probably actually go in a low S for him. I feel like he definitely deserves that. When we come to the normal version, which I've already moved. Oh yeah, I've already moved into the A. I feel like he's definitely like a week or two away. Maybe another set of icons going down into that A+. But I must admit, ooh, but would I choose him over Henry? I don't know. I feel like he probably is there then. If I'm being brutal, like he's not going to go over any of these really. Like you're going to take them all the time. So I feel like he's got to be up in that category. Pushgas can definitely go up one. Dalglish can go up with these three. Hernandez is a nice cheap striker, but I don't feel like he offers a crazy amount. Trezeguet can go at the bottom. Definitely Torres in the topper category 100% of the time. Same as Pushgas. I like his normal version, but when it comes to Pushgas, he's obviously got his 94. What was it? 94. That's a 4-star, 3-star. So is the 92. It's the big thing that lets him down, I must admit. You don't realize after having the 5-5 for so long that he is only a 4-3. It's decent enough, but I'd say he's definitely in the category. Sometimes I'd even argue that Raul's better. At times. Riquelme, I'm not a big fan of, but personally. Barnes, I'd go into the A. Then we've got the three. Dalglish definitely sits himself with a Butra easily. Hugo Sanchez, I'd kind of go a little bit lower. I don't feel like he sits in that A+. I just don't see it. He's 79k, 3-star, 4-star. I like him more so than Luis Hernandez's normal base card, but unfortunately doesn't quite go in there. Now we've got Stoichkov and Del P. So Del P is one of them ones. I like his winter wildcard. It is a cam, so I've kept him in the midfield role. Even though he technically can play striker still, I'm not a massive fan of that card being a striker, but with that long ball pass, it's a big one. I feel like with the Finesse Plus, you've got at least a decent option there. 4-star, 5-star, I'd probably sit him in the A if I'm being really brutal with him. And then with Stoichkov, I always like Stoichkov. He's a great card. He's a 4-star, 3-star, 295. I think just in general when it comes to his stats, the good pace, shooting, dribbling's there, little bit of passing. It's a great base to start with. We did get an SBC that has now expired. That was all the way in October. Wow, that feels like a long time ago. So I would go If Delpy's there, I'd probably put him at a very high A, and then maybe kind of like his winter wildcard does go up that little bit if I'm being really honest with him. And that is going to be the list. So let me know down below what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.